In this liberal world, a big problem for everyone on the right is what should we do? Well, I think the time for doing nothing is over. People have to become active. The question is, how active? The best way to get started is to join or start your own group in your own area. While it can seem quite daunting to do such a thing, once you commit to the idea, it's not. Now, I'm not saying it will be easy. It is frustrating. It's also great to know that you are not alone in your beliefs. When the Melbourne Traditionalists first met, there were only 2 people, and we didn't get a third person for 6 months. Do not be afraid of starting small. If there are 2 of you, it's enough to start. So now I'm going to go through various aspects of what you need to think about. Venue. Another issue people have is where to meet. If the group is less than 5, I suggest meeting in a public place, a bar or restaurant, as long as everyone can sit together and there aren't too many distractions, such as a big screen TV or it being too noisy to talk. You do not want a presenter. It should be informal and social. Talk over a meal and let people get their frustrations with modern life out. If there are more than 5, I would suggest getting a private room. Now, most people are worried about cost, which is a reasonable thing to worry about, but most places have quiet days. Sunday and Monday, day or night, are normally quiet. The Melbourne Traditionalists, for example, meet in a private room at a hotel for free because we bring in money in drinks and meals that they otherwise would not get. Less than 5, and it probably isn't worth it for the venue to give you the private room. Also, remember to be courteous and friendly to the staff. It's amazing how much this helps. However, if you feel restricted in what you can talk about, find another venue. Recruiting. Recruiting is always an issue. I use my blog, and Mark Richardson over at Oz Conservative also puts out notices. There are 3 main ways of recruiting people. 1, via the internet. You can set up a website that lets people know that you exist. To do this cheaply, you can use Blogger or WordPress. I know of one group that started by going through the comments of a blog to find any reference to their hometown and then contacting those people. Time consuming, but it worked. 2, leaflets. Write up a short description of your group and print out leaflets. Put them on notice boards and do letterboxing. Put them into people's letterboxes. Remember to include some way of contacting you. I suggest either via your website or an email address. 3, in person. When you meet people in real life, find out what concerns them. It really depends upon your personality and the circumstances, but if you're the kind of person who's a people person, then ask people about various issues. See if you can recruit them. Be careful not to be too eager. If you're not a people person, I wouldn't try this at all. Security. Another important concern is security. Meeting in a bar or restaurant, they will either have their own security or they have experience with unruly customers, but you also need your own internal security. Be fussy. It is very important to be fussy. You can have a big group if you let anyone join. However, you will soon find that people who have nothing in common with you will want to join. Don't let them. Be fussy. The best way is to meet with any new candidate privately. Have a meal together or a coffee. Find out about what they believe. Personally, if someone I meet likes Ben Shapiro, they're out. Have standards and stick to them. If you're letting people who are close enough but not right, it will destroy your group. Keep it to people who are on your side. People who are really like you. Because a lot of people are really liberals. You don't need them. It is also important that you do not give out your personal information, which is why a website and email is good. Do not give out your personal address or telephone number. I would also only let members know when and where you meet. Women. 95% or so of people interested in politics are men, but when a woman does turn up, it can complicate matters. Men take notice of women, and women like to be noticed. It's no one's fault, but it will change the dynamics of your group. I'm not saying keep women out. I am, however, saying it's not unreasonable to do so. One failed romance can destroy a group. Sadly, I've seen it happen. Money. One final point is money. Make sure everyone pays their own way. Do not allow a situation where you are left to pay the bill. A traditionalist group is a great way to find and connect to like-minded people. Too often it can seem like we are all alone and that no one else shares our values or ideas. It's not true, and by forming groups we can start to help the process of moving out of cyberspace and into the real world.